Gogo and Ntando, The Wounds We Cannot See. From Child of the Waterfall, a collection of daily and true life stories of our motherland. Sunrise Prologue, The Quiet Cry. The evening wind whispered through the reeds behind Gogo's hut, carrying the smell of wood smoke and sorrow. Ntando sat silently on the reed mat, staring into the dying fire. His eyes were dry, but his spirit wept. Gogo, his grandmother, watched him closely. She knew that kind of silence, the heavy kind that hides pain too deep for tears. She stirred the pot of wild herbs beside her, then spoke softly. When the heart is wounded, child, it does not always bleed where people can see. Ntando lifted his head slowly. Gogo, he said, why does it hurt when no one has touched me? She nodded, eyes deep with wisdom. Because, my son, not all wounds are on the skin. Some wounds live in the soul, where words, shame, and betrayal leave their scars. Crescent Moon Chapter 1, The Boy Who Forgot How to Laugh. Ntando had once been the loudest child in the homestead. He would chase goats, mimic the rooster, and make his cousins roar with laughter. But something changed after his mother passed away. Her death was sudden, an illness that came like a storm and left only silence behind. Gogo tried to fill that silence with stories, with food, with prayer. But Ntando had built a wall of stone inside him. He no longer sang at night. He no longer played by the river. He carried his pain like a secret fire. One day, Gogo found him by the riverbank, throwing stones into the water. You will not hurt the river into silence, Ntando, she said gently. Why do you speak like the river can feel? He snapped. Because it can, Gogo replied. Everything that carries life, feels life. She sat beside him, her old hands resting on her knees. My child, when you hurt, the river feels it. When you heal, the stars rejoice. The ancestors listen to your heart even when you say nothing. Sheaf of Rice Chapter 2, The Hidden Wound. That night, Ntando had a dream. He saw his mother walking in the moonlight. Her face glowed softly, and her voice was like a song. Do not let the world teach you to hide, my son, she said. Your tears are sacred water. Let them fall. They will cleanse your path. When he woke, Gogo was already awake, grinding herbs for morning tea. He sat near her, silent. Gogo, he whispered, I dreamt of Ma. What did she say? She told me not to hide. Gogo smiled sadly. Then listen, my boy. The dead do not waste words. She is guiding you to healing. She poured him a cup of wild honey tea. You carry anger, guilt, and fear, Ntando. You think you could have saved her, don't you? He looked down. Tears rolled quietly down his cheeks. Yes, Gogo. I should have prayed harder. She took his hands. You prayed enough. But there are things beyond prayer. The journey of the soul is written by the Creator before birth. You were chosen not to save her, but to remember her love. Fire Chapter 3, The Cleansing Fire. Days later, Gogo prepared a small ceremony. She placed herbs in a clay pot and lit a sacred fire. Today we speak to the ancestors, she said. To cleanse the heart that hides behind strength. Ntando helped her grind the herbs. The air filled with the smell of sage and river reed. When the fire grew steady, Gogo spoke into the smoke. Ancestors of the Hlubi bloodline, mothers and fathers who walked before us, we ask for the healing of this child. Let his laughter return. Let his spirit be light again. The fire crackled. Ntando felt warmth crawl into his chest. It was as if something invisible inside him was melting, anger, guilt, loneliness, all dissolving into the smoke that rose toward the stars. Sunflower Chapter 4, Gogo's Lesson of the Three Stones. Later that evening, Gogo took 3 stones from the ground and placed them before him. These stones, she said, are the burdens we carry. The first is the past. It is heavy because it is gone, but we refuse to let it go. The second is what others think of us, it bends our spirit. The third is fear, fear that tomorrow will be worse than today. She pushed the stones toward him. Which one will you release tonight? Ntando stared at them for a long while, then picked up the first. I release the past, Gogo. I want to remember more with peace, not pain. Gogo smiled, proud and tearful. Then you have begun the journey, my boy. Healing begins when you choose to remember without hurting. Hibiscus Chapter 5, The Return of Laughter. Weeks passed, and the air around the hut felt lighter. Ntando began helping other boys with their schoolwork. He joined the community dance again. Sometimes, he still sat quietly by the river, but now, he smiled at the water instead of throwing stones. Gogo would watch him from afar and whisper to herself. The ancestors have done their work. One night, she said to him, Ntando, tell me, what do you now understand about wounds? He thought for a while, then replied. They do not disappear, Gogo. But they stop hurting when we let love touch them. Gogo nodded. Oh, you have learned well, my grandson. Love, that is the medicine the soul never refuses. Milky Way Epilogue, The Circle of Healing. Many years later, Ntando grew into a wise man. He became a counselor for young boys who had lost parents, guiding them through silence, just as Gogo had guided him. On the day of Gogo's passing, he sat by her bed, holding her frail hand. You gave me my spirit back, he whispered. Now I give you peace. Outside, the wind moved gently through the reeds again, the same way it had the night she first told him. Not all wounds are on the skin. The stars shimmered brighter that night. Somewhere between heaven and the waterfall, a grandmother smiled. Sparkle's moral of the story. True healing begins when we allow love, memory, and forgiveness to walk together. Speak your pain, for silence is not strength, it is a cage. And when the heart is healed, the spirit becomes a song.